Today we're going to talk about how to create your subject template for digital portfolios in Google Sites. If you missed the trainings this summer or if you are a new hire, then hopefully this will fill in any gaps you may need to be successful this year. We are going to click on this plus sign to a new tab, go to the 3x3 dots, and then go to Sites. Once we are there, we're going to go to the top right where it says Template Gallery, and then go to the one that says Updated Faculty Template Subject Only. Once we have clicked this, it creates our own copy. This is not the template. You are not messing up someone else's master copy. It is now your master copy. So we need to relabel it. We're trying to keep everyone's labeled in the same format for consistency and organization for our students. So we're going to change the title of this from what it says to our faculty last name _ course _ and then if you teach only one grade level, for example, this is just English 8, and then I will make a separate one that is just English 9 honors, then I'm going to label it as such. But if I were teaching oral communications, which I would just do Hendricks _ oral communications, because it's highly likely that I will have multiple grades within that. So I'm going to give it like this to make it easier for our students later on when we upload it to the template gallery ourselves. The first thing I want to say is please leave this like it is. However, whatever is typed here is what will show up in the tabs at the top. So when you're grading 6 or 7 at a time, switching back and forth, maybe checking to make sure no one copied off of each other, you're going to want the student name in the tab instead of having to click through multiple pages to figure out whose work you are currently viewing. So we want to personalize this for our own subjects and classes. If you don't like the theme here, you can go to the top right where it says themes, scroll down, and choose one to your liking. There aren't just a whole lot of options, but you can kind of go through that. If you want to leave it like it is, you would just click here for undo. You'll notice at the top it tells you this is a starter shell. You can add, delete, change content, pages, themes, whatever you want. This is just an example so that you can work from this instead of working from scratch. So get rid of as much as you want. This is not something we are forcing you to have as far as format. There are some things that we do need, but how it is presented is totally up to you. So there are multiple pages here. I'm going to talk about this front page here shortly, but let's look at standards. So here we have standards. These are the things we are going to be showing in our portfolios. We have an essential standard for each quarter, an artifact for each quarter, which they will upload here, and a reflection of that artifact for each quarter. So basically, every 9 weeks, students need some form of mastery for a standard. The standard is listed, the artifact, so whatever assignment you've already done, is uploaded, and then reflection upon that artifact is uploaded as well, whatever that looks like for you. So this is just a pretty blank template with each quarter as such. You can leave that. If you don't like it, delete it. Here's another example. Writing standards. This is just a different way. If you know exactly what you're going to put for your first artifact, you can add it. But remember, once you do and students copy it, you can't go in and change it, which is why some people chose to make it a little more blank. So they had a little more autonomy throughout the year to kind of adjust as they are learning. You can do either way. So you're not going to want to keep both of these pages. Let me show you how to delete a page. So we're most likely going to delete the writing standards. Most of you are not in ELA, and that's okay. So we're going to click here where it says pages. We're going to go down to the page we don't want and hover. Click on the 3 dots, scroll down, delete. It's gone. We want to make sure that we have added our subject name. That's less for students to do. So I'll put English 8 portfolio 8. Down here, I have just given you things in blue that are tips and tricks. If you don't like it, you don't want to do it, get rid of it. No big deal. When you are finished with this and you have it like you want it, I would suggest getting rid of all of these teacher's instructions. So I'm going to click on it or hover and then click on the trash can. This is something I posted for students, and you'll see If it was something I wrote for students, it's in black. If it was something I gave as a suggestion for you, it was in blue. So if you decide you want to keep this, you may want to delete that here. If you decide you don't want to keep that at all, just click, hover, delete. Okay, next I gave portfolio expectations for my students. If you decide you'd like to keep these, make sure that you change this for your specific subject. The most important thing here is that you will not receive notifications when students publish their sites. And believe me, you do not want that, because some kids will publish every little change. They're hitting publish just to make sure, even though all changes are saved in Drive, just like the other Google Suites. The only difference is the only thing shown is what is published. So we want to make sure that students are telling us when they have published, and they're not telling us verbally, but they are telling us in written format. That is my expectation for my students, and that is a very easy way for me to keep up with things. I have them fill out a form if they have completed their portfolio after the date that I graded it. That is just a personal choice. You do as you see fit for your classroom management style. Here is another one. I said they may personalize their site with changes in font, color, and theme. This one right here is one that you may want to leave, or you may want to say, look, don't spend your time making this 14 different colors and personalizing it with different colors. Just do the work. That's your choice. It's whatever you want to do. I did let kids personalize it last year. Some of them, they didn't spend a long time doing it. Some of them spent all of their time personalizing and none of their time working. So it is a balance, and it's just a choice you'll have to make. I uploaded the checkpoint. This is the official document. So if anything on the official document changes, even after they make the copy of your template, the document will change on their website too. However, it could be overwhelming to kids. You know your kids better than I do. If you don't want that there, you don't have to have it there. Just delete it. So hover, delete. We want to have a way to view our students' portfolios without having to click through clicks per student. That really adds up. So what we do, we have a Google form for them to fill out. You will click the link and it will force copy your own. So you won't be messing up any original document. Don't worry. And then I would suggest changing it to going through earlier. I caught a typo. So make sure you go down here where it says for this subject. All right. You'll have your kids fill out this form. So you want to adjust it to where it's your name. You may want to change the color. It's a little different from the grade level one that they've already filled out. You're going to click send, link, shorten, copy. And then you're going to go back here. We will highlight this, delete. Then I'm going to say students, comma, fill out this form, colon. Then I'm going to do Control V. And this is the form that we just created in our own accounts, right? We're going to do Control K. So we have highlighted and done Control K. This will make it easy for kids to click on. Now, when they fill this out, you will have a special spreadsheet. Let me show you what that looks like filled out. Okay, so this is what it will look like once students have filled it out. You won't have these big blocks, but I'm trying to keep you won't have these big blocks, but I'm trying to keep student information private. So I do have this example one. So it will show their student name, their first name, their last name, their class period, and then they will copy their link here. And then I will be able to, as a teacher, click on that link and go to the portfolio. So I'll be able to do that if I scroll all the way down, and I don't want to scroll down because I didn't block out all of these boxes. But I also have it organized by class period, which is super helpful for me. So I can go to first period, click here, go to this person's, click here, go to that person's. It's very beneficial. So this is an important step to make sure we have this here. The last thing, I would leave this instruction here for students and leave this here as well. We are going to ask them whenever they're creating their subject sites to link their grade level portfolios. So if we as the teacher decide to go look at their grade level portfolio, it's easy to navigate back and forth between them. Okay, so this is just one example. I want to show you Dubos's before we go. This is, he has it all in just one page. He said, I want the least amount of clicks possible. He has portfolio expectations, and he's edited it to make it a Dropbox so they see it at any time. He typed in the fall semester checkpoints totally. He's got their end of year goal there. And then as you keep scrolling, you type in what the artifact is. They're going to upload it there, give a description of it, and say what standard it is doing. And then they're just going to enter the reflection here and talk about it. And so he has done that 4 times because we're doing that for 4 quarters. So made it simple, one page.